Boom! What's good, everybody on YouTube? It's your boy AnnoyingTV, and demo comes out today, so embargo is lifted. We get to speak freely about whatever. So, I've already made video. This is like a whole pool of videos. I'm sure you guys are seeing like the what's it called already, the badges and stuff like that. But this is for all my people who want my honest thoughts and opinions on the game. And some information that's not demo related that I asked Mike Wayne and asked the developers that told me. So the first thing that's interesting is overalls. Okay, I asked Mike Wayne and he said I could share this information with you guys. I asked him like, yo, how quick was it this year to actually like level up? You know what I'm saying? And he said, yo, annoying, it should take you, like, he looked in the system and he said it should take you about 40 hours to hit 95 overall. Now keep in mind, this doesn't confirm road to 99. This does not also confirm park rep. This is just speaking freely and in general, okay? And I'm like, dang, 40 hours? He's like, yeah. I'm like, yo, I could get that in 3 days. You know what I'm saying? He said that they actually heard me out finally. Thank God. They heard me out and they said they knew that the grind was very long, you know what I'm saying? So they tried their best to make it balanced. Let me put it like that. They tried their best to make it balanced. So Mike Wayne told me it should be about, that's one thing I have in my notes right here. I told you I wrote everything down from the event, and a lot of people think they have everything and they don't really have everything. But boom. Thank you, Mike Wayne, for that information. Again, another information is you guys can also see, this is at kind of the prelude as well as the body shapes. The body shapes, they have solid, defined, burly, built, slight, and compact. Burly was kind of like fat. I don't really like using that term. Actually, matter of fact, we're not gonna use that term. That term is actually very disrespectful. Burly is like just weighted. It's just more weight added onto your player. Defined, obviously, you know what defined is. Built is built, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. You guys could find these out in the demo, so I'm not really going to speak too much about that. Now let's get into the gameplay, because a lot of you guys keep asking about the gameplay. One thing I noticed in the gameplay is that it shows coverage percentages now. So every time you're playing defense, it shows you how well you defended the player. One thing I wrote down in my notes is that the quick step badge was overpowered, way overpowered. I didn't tell Mike Wayne to turn it down because I don't know how you guys feel about it, man. I don't want to necessarily tell them information that I feel like is early, because a lot of you guys get mad at us about that. Like, yo, let us tell him, you know what I mean? So obviously first week patch or whatever the situation may be, you guys might take a liking to quick first step. So that's one thing. If you guys are now watching this with the demo released, I want you guys to actually check out the quick first step and tell me how you feel about it. I just felt like it was overpowered. That's why I wrote it down in my notes. Now, blow bys. I also wrote down blow bys was kind of a big issue to me, but majority of people when I talked around, they were like, nah, blow bys need to be for slashers, because nobody makes a slasher. And the reason why people don't make slashers is because slashers don't have that right tone of balance. And I'm like, yeah, that's pretty true. I 100% agree. The slashers, the things that slashers are capable to do in the game, well, me, because I use Giannis, is very, very unstoppable. Okay, like I posted in the vlog. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I'm Davis. Shout out to I'm Davis. He literally said I scored 40 straight points off of blow by animations. I did not, and obviously I couldn't speak more about that because we don't have as much freedom as we do today, but. Guys, I'm telling you, if you saw the blow-bys, you will be disgusted. Davis was actually, like, off camera, Davis was actually getting, like, a little bit furious because he couldn't stop it. And, keep in mind, y'all, I didn't do a single dribble move. Like, God honest truth, I did not do a single dribble move. The only thing I did was hold R2 and run straight into him and dunk the ball. Contact dunk, contact dunk, contact dunk. Every single time I would get the same animation, and I felt like that was going to be a problem. And sometimes when Davis was in the paint, he would try to anticipate it, like stand still in the paint and jump and stuff like that, and it was just literally, guys, I could not make this up. It was I don't want to say it's unstoppable because he kind of stopped me a little bit with Kawhi, but it was pretty overpowered, bro. And I mentioned it to Mike Wing off the rip. The very first game I played on NBA 2K20, I recognized it, and I instantly told Mike Wing. And hopefully you guys don't get mad at me about that, but I just feel like, yo, stuff like that that's excessive needs to be toned down, okay? Even though I'm making a slasher, so don't say I'm being biased because I am making a slasher. I'm not being biased at all. It was so bad to the point where it needs to be toned down, okay? It was definitely excessive. Like, blow-by animation every single time. The exact same animation. And it was definitely one of the first things I noticed in NBA 2K20. But on to the next one. Dribbling. Dribble speed was a tad bit slow. I feel like game speed in general was a tad bit slow. And I feel like dribbling was a little bit too hard. One thing that Red pointed out to me is that they removed rhythm dribbles. I didn't know that, okay? So there's no more rhythm dribbles. Apparently that's just according to Red. Don't make me come that from me. I don't know personally. I never asked, but that's what Red told me. But no more rhythm dribbles. I felt like rhythm dribbles were, it was definitely a thing where it kind of dribbled for you and didn't necessarily take skill, but I definitely think that it was good to see. You know what I'm saying? I kind of miss rhythm dribbling in that sort. We didn't really have access to signature styles. Hopefully in the demo we can. But I didn't really have access to signature styles, so I don't really know how the speed could be with other dribble moves. But I definitely pointed out to Mike Wang, and so did Coda Man and other people at Community Day, that dribbling needed to be at least turned up. Like, it was so slow that I feel like the game speed in general was so slow. It felt like 40%. And I feel like when it comes to online game modes, it needs to be, game speed needs to be a little bit quicker, at least like 65%. I feel like that's a nice balance. You guys let me know in the comment section what you think is. But one other thing I wrote down is animation show when a shot is contested. So basically every time you contest a shot, you guys will see that the shooter does this little animation that lets you know it's contested. I kind of like that a lot because there was really no animation for contest last year. It was just hand up, jump, or you'll just be in their face and they'll still make it, like all types of stuff. Now it literally tells you your shot coverage and if it's, you know what I mean, contested or not. Oh, this is a big one. Height penalizes crazy. Now, when I tweeted this out actually at the event, and what I meant to say when I said that was that, yo, when you're tall, you're gonna get those things where you can't be fast anymore. Like, your speed will go down to like a 79 if you're like 6'6". And that's, it might be even lower, it might be 75 if you're 6'6". And that's just something that you don't really want in guards. But it's kind of realistic. It's a nice balance that I think 2K added to the game. You don't really see guards who are 6'6" in the NBA who are super fast. You know what I'm saying? And don't say Jordan, because not everybody's Jordan, and you know what I mean, stuff like that. But it's kind of true that the smaller you are, the quicker you are. Not really in reality, even though, you know what I'm saying. But when it comes to video games, I think that's a smart balance for it. But in reality, we all know there's those people out there who are 7 foot who are taller than people who are, or who are faster than people who are 6'2". Or there's people who are out there that are like 6'8" who are quicker than people who are 6'1" in reality. But when it comes to a basketball video game, I definitely think that's a nice balance. One thing I also have down in my notes is that, like I said, man, you jump, it's over. The defense, the paint defense, I felt like it was a little bit excessive. I want to know, honestly, I never mentioned it to the devs, but I want to know how you guys feel about the paint defense. So when you play, please let me know. You know what I'm saying? Let me know in your feedback in the comment section. And because I'm obviously, the devs are probably watching this video and they're probably reading the comments as well. So whatever information you want me to relate to the dev, just type in the comments below. But paint defense to me was a little bit. I like the idea. I'm gonna say it that way. I like the idea that you can double jump, stuff like that. But I feel like the headies were so nice in the game that you got to jump. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like when I have it written down here that when you jump, it feels like a 2-second delay before you can actually jump again. Like that's how hard you get penalized on jumping. Now most of you guys, you might like that. That's why I said, like, yo, I like the idea, but I kind of feel like it's a bit excessive. I feel like you should I feel like that delay or whatever they have in that system needs to be toned down just a little bit. But you guys let me know in the comment section. I never really mentioned that to the devs though. And I also have written down as well that a spot up shooter takeover is a brand new takeover they added to the game. It's kind of like a sharp takeover, but I thought it was pretty cool that they named it spot up takeover. But one thing that Mike Wing also told me for you park players is he told me that streaking in the park, you rep up quick, and it's quicker to rep up in park than my career. That's what I have written in my notes, which means it probably came from Mike Wing most likely, or the dev team, 100%. All you my career players, I don't know how you feel about that. I know my park players are excited for that information, but that's what I have written in my notes from the community day event. Those are all the things that I asked the developers. I also spoke about the Lang. They said that they know that it's an issue and that they're very highly aware of the issue. So that's one thing that I'm pretty proud about. NBA 2K20, we here. Hope you guys enjoyed the demo. Make sure you guys watch all the videos. Like this up. I told y'all, it's grind time. It's AnnoyingTV. I'm out. Let's get it.